Hi all, and welcome back to yet another episode of Desi FPL. In this episode, we are going to discuss the game week 9 team selection and preview the entire game week for all the teams, players, what are different kind of changes that you can make, what are the players that are hot property right now, and much more. So let's get straight to it. So this is the current team that I have, and the most important news everyone has on their mind is Salah getting COVID positive and not being available for this particular game week. So that is a big blow to a lot of managers, which had Salah in their team against Leicester City at home. So they were expecting a lot of points, but unfortunately he's tested positive and out for this game week. So right now, most of the managers have two options. So non-owners, they are safe. They don't have to make a decision on the basis of that fact. But owners have two options right now. They can either ship him out, considering that Liverpool is a much weaker defensive team, and right now it's pretty unstable for them, and not sure what kind of result they are going to get. On the other hand, the option is to stick with him for this particular game week and bench him and use your bench options to replace him and hope that he's back next week against a Brighton team that has shown defensive weakness, so where he can get you some points. So I'm choosing the latter option where I'm sticking to him and I'm not shipping him out and waiting for him to come back. But if the news is that he's tested positive again and he misses the next game week, I'll definitely replace him and get someone else in. So, coming to the changes that I made in this particular week, I removed Mitchell and got in Chilwell, and I took a hit in this particular game week and I replaced Kane in place of Brewster, as you can see, in place of Brewster to gather some funds up for the upcoming game weeks. So my plan has always been to get Man City assets, most probably Kevin De Bruyne or Raheem Sterling, and let's see with the turn of fixtures they have. I am trying to get them in the next game week because in this game week they have their match against Tottenham, which is supposedly a tough match, and I'm not expecting them to haul. But yeah, who knows? Like this season has been crazy, and a lot of players, when actually not expecting them to get some returns, they have really done well. So as you can see, my team, Pickford again, I really don't trust him to be honest, and I want to ship him out. It's just that every other week I have some other issue that needs to be first fulfilled and then probably come back to the keeping issue. But yes, this seems like a easy fixture on paper for Pickford. Fulham, although it's a away match, but Fulham have not been scoring that frequently. And with Seamus Coleman and Luca Digne in, uh, it seems like a solid defensive unit. But again, you never know with Everton right now. So I have Pickford in goal. I have a double up on Chelsea defense in place of Zuma and Chilwell. And to be honest, this match really would define my game week. To be honest, if Chelsea gets a clean sheet, I might get a good return. But if they don't, both of my defender points goes for a toss, and I might be again looking at an average or a below average score. So yes, Zuma and Chilwell double up on Chelsea. Really high hopes against the Newcastle side that is not really exciting going forward. And even with Callum Wilson being out of this game week, I feel they have a decent chance of keeping a clean sheet. Lamptey is is a beautiful player to watch. Is an amazing player to watch going forward. Defensively, he has some weaknesses, but the way Graham Potter from Brighton's manager shapes up his team, right? So the way he shapes up is like 3-4-3, and Lamptey plays as a wing back. So the three central defenders being uh, Webster, Dunk, and Ben White. I think they have a really important role to play, and they do it really great. And I feel they are really solid defensively. It's just that they concede goal at the wrong moments. if we even look at the statistics, their expected goal is really, really low. I think it's in the top five for the entire Premier League. It's just that whenever they concede a chance, they eventually end up conceding a goal, which is which on paper it looks like they will concede a goal, but again I feel that there's always luck going against them. So hopefully the gods of luck would have Brighton in their hopes, and they'll have a clean sheet. But it's against Aston Villa at uh, Villa Park with Grealish in great form. I would say he's playing the best of his career for both the club and the country. And right now his performances speak for themselves. So he's one of the go-to guys even in England colours. So I do feel a risk of Brighton not keeping a clean sheet, but again Lamptey offers so much going forward that I don't think that I need to bench him right now. And Ailing, uh, Leeds have, if you see the result for Leeds, they have conceded 4 goals in the last 2 game weeks, 4-1, and these are very awful results in terms of defensive unit. But I feel after those two results, they have a break. They have had a break for the international game week. Players would be rested. Bielsa would definitely be considering that shipping 4 goals in last 2 games is not the way to go forward in Premier League, and he would have something up his sleeve. And I feel us Leeds United can do well against Arsenal, who again have not been the free-flowing Arsenal of old that we see. Mikel Arteta is his first priority is always to be solid defensively and then probably nick a goal or two. So I feel they'll not concede 4 goals, definitely not. But yeah, even if a goal goes, my clean sheet is gone. But yeah, I don't have any other option right now to play Ailing in because Salah is if you see my bench, Salah is injured, is COVID positive and out for the game week. Brewster, I'm still not sure. He hasn't turned up in the last game weeks. And Justin has a match against Liverpool, so they'll definitely score a goal. That too, it's at Anfield, so I'm not hoping for a clean sheet. Ailing does give me something going forward as well, so I'm hoping for the best because right now I don't have any other option. In the midfield, again, it seems like a bit short to be honest. Since Salah's gone, I only have Podence, who's not that uh, great an asset going forward. He did give me a decent return in the game week before to this, but again against Leicester, he's a rotation risk against Adama Traore. He got 59 minutes and just a solitary point. So I'm not sure how much points he's gonna get me, but yeah, this is something that I have to live with. Again, Son against Manchester City, it's similar to Harry Kane. Most of the people have either Kane or Son, so it's a tough fixture for both of them. I'm not sure whether he'll get any points. My only reason of keeping him instead of Kane is that he's a good runner and he can run behind defenses, Manchester City defenses who play a really, really high line. Although Kyle Walker is a pacey defender and he can control Son, but that is my sole reasoning of keeping him instead of Kane. Then Rashford, and I know it's a dicey choice. I have him since I think 3 game weeks, since 3 game weeks, and he has only got me one attacking return. And instead, people who has Bruno Fernandes, I feel Bruno Fernandes is a more provides a lot more going forward in terms of at least in terms of FPL. So if you have Bruno Fernandes, I would say great. But right now, I've already taken a hit to transfer in this game week. I don't expect to change that, and I'm happy with Rashford. And I feel if he starts, he can get me some FPL points because since Martial has come back, they do rotate their positions, and that does create a confusion amongst the defenses, and he can get on those position of goal scoring that can give him goal scoring opportunities. Even against Everton, he had one big chance against Pickford, which Pickford saved, and the third goal that Cavani scored. Bruno could have easily passed to Rashford. He was available on the right. So he is definitely getting in those positions. And I hope he does well against West Brom and get me some points. Then Rodriguez last match was I was not expecting him to be full throttle against Manchester United. United also played really well, so I was not expecting anything in the last match. But yes, in this match against Fulham, he would have the space, or he won't have to track back that much. So I feel he would have the pace of the game would be a bit slower and to his liking. So I think he can impact the game much more. And with Richarlison coming back, Coleman coming back, he has the necessary support which will help him to express himself going forward. Front line, I don't feel the need to change it. Calvert-Lewin has been getting consistent points against Fulham. I feel he's a captain choice right now, and I'll come back to the captaincy options at a later stage in this video. So I don't see any uh, options or anything to change in the forward line. Calvert-Lewin and Bamford has been performing like really amazingly, and people who don't have him, he's always a threat. Like he can explode, as you saw against Aston Villa. So there is that threat of him exploding and giving a lot of points. And he's similar to Grealish. If you have him in his team, it's great. Like you don't have to worry about him scoring. But people who don't have him are really scared that if he explodes, then the entire ranking of the mini leagues, and the overall ranking can go for a toss. So this was my team. And I feel the only thing coming in from my bench, even if Rashford is unfit, people are saying the if you see it says 75% chance of playing, he was rested in the entire international game week. So I do feel that he'll start for United, and he's a really important member of that team. So Oli would not take that risk of benching him and playing someone else. But yes, I hope he starts just to at least for my FPL team. That's all I can say right now. So coming to the captaincy option, I feel this week is all about differential captain, and whosoever uh, captain works, right? So for example, if Calvert Lewin works and it gives me an like let's say double digit haul, then my entire game week and my ranking would go up because all of the major captaincy options, be it Salah, be it Kevin De Bruyne, be it Sterling, be it Bruno Fernandes, although Bruno Fernandes has a easy fixture on paper, but if it does not work, then again, it's all about differential captain this game week, personally, I feel. And that is why I'm struggling between Calvert-Lewin or Chilwell. Now, Chilwell, I understand that he's a dicey option, but I really do feel that he has a lot going forward. And with ZH crossing in those lovely balls from the left hand side, he does get on the far post just to get a goal or even an assist. So I do feel Chilwell is also a good option, but again, I'm still confused and probably take a call on Saturday, maybe Saturday morning. So yeah, these are the two captaincy options that I'm currently struggling. I know some people would say why not Rashford or maybe Rodriguez. I personally am not inclined towards Rashford is because I'm still not convinced how United is going to play against teams who are playing a low block. West Bromwich Albion plays five defenders, right? So they will play a low block and it would be tough to break them down. And at home, United's form has been like awful to say the least. And look at the teams that they have beaten. They've beaten Everton, they've beaten Brighton, and all these teams like playing possession football, right? And against Brighton, they were really lucky to get that win. And the only good performance that I feel is Newcastle, and that too, to an extent, Newcastle got tired, and then United took advantage of that. So I'm not sure whether United is going to get a lot of goals, but yes, I do feel that with Martial coming in, they do have that option, or they do have that quality to break defenses down in a quick short of time. So that was my thoughts on captaincy options. Now coming to the gamble picks, or the picks that I feel can do well with low percentage of managers having them in their team. So first one would be Che Adams. He's only in approximately about 4 to 5% of the teams, and I feel that with Ings out, he really has good chances of scoring points, and he has returned in last 4 game weeks. So that is something that I look forward to, and for Martial as well. His price has reduced. People would be selling Kane, so he's a good option to have him in your team. It's just that he's an absolute gamble, right? He has not scored in Premier League. He's not playing that well, at least in the league matches or even in the Champions League. But I did saw the match with France versus Portugal, where a lot of crosses coming in from the left. He was getting into good positions. It's just that he was not able to finish. So it's a double whammy, right? So he is getting into those positions and he is getting chances, but on the other hand, he's not getting those scores or he's not getting those goals. So I'm not sure whether you would like to have him in his team, but if you like are something who plays on the front foot and who likes to take risk, I would say Martial is worth the risk, worth the money that he has. Other players that I want to talk about in this video would be, if you already don't have him in your team, like I don't have him in my team right now, and I do plan to get him next week, he's definitely the go-to guy. So if you see his fixtures up until game week 15, he's all either 3 or 2. And he's, as I told earlier in my videos as well, he's the go-to guy for Aston Villa. He's the main man. He's cutting inside, he's going wide. So he is getting into those position of scoring points and he is getting those hauls. And he's full of confidence right now. So I believe if you don't have him yet, try making space or the money for him to get him in as soon as possible. And the other guy that I really want to talk about and who's hot property right now, like, is ZH. So he's now getting, if you see in the last 2 game weeks, he has 14 and 11 points. That's a lot, to be honest, for a midfielder. And I do think he has that quality to pull the strings in the Chelsea midfield. And with him gelling more and more with his new teammates and Timo Werner providing the ample amount of support to him, I feel that he'll get a lot more FPL points and he can be one of those season defining picks for you if you get him in early and stick to him. So that was the video, guys. Hope you liked it. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a great fantasy weekend.